somebody contributes money, builds a particular structure, good, no problem. You broke something and you built something, then the communities have an existing right. Because Ram Janmabhoomi says, एक बार प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो गया, एनर्जी वहां पे स्थापित हो चुका, उसका आवाहन हो चुका है, उसका कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता है until it has been deconsecrated. Desecration is not the same as deconsecration.
Explain.
Desecration is to khandify the murti.
Yeah.
Deconsecration is visarjan.
Oh, that so many temples have happened.
Exactly. Therefore, we are saying जब तक deconsecration नहीं हुआ है and पद्धति के हिसाब से वहां पे एनर्जी
Is there a word for deconsecration?
That
or
is
have
visarjan.
you just created?
No, I am saying desecration is to break
Vandalize
and defile.
it, break.
Deconsecration is to undo the process.
Huh.
So when you do Pran Pratishta, you're inviting the energy to reside at that place. You can also ask it to go back. And this happens in every puja. In every yagna, in every homa, the purpose of, let's say, the Purohit, there are 4 corners of the Yagnapit. And there are different names for it. Basically, what they do, the first process is sankalp karke avahan karna. But after the puja, thank you.
Yes.
That is the same thing that can happen with an image or a deity or let's say an idol, an icon, so to speak, a murti. That has not happened. That is the basis for reclamation of Ram Janmabhoomi saying, even after the construction of the disputed structure, Pran Pratishta remains valid.
But then pujas never used to happen, no, after...
That doesn't matter. Puja ho ya na ho, ek baar Pran Pratishta ho gaya, it continues. This is once a deity's place, always a deity's place until it has been sent back through Paddhati. It has not happened. So पहले वहाँ पे मंदिर था, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा वहाँ पे किया गया था, वहाँ पे मूर्ति की स्थापना हुई थी. That's the end of the matter. This is specifically the position recognized in Ram Janmabhoomi. Why does the logic of that position change with respect to the other places?
Because it was considered a one-off thing.
Exactly. Therefore, it is the number is the problem here. I'm saying number should be a problem. If Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb kicks in according to if it exists, exchange kar lo.
Nahi hoga na. How many will
So
you
that
do?
means that Tehzeeb doesn't exist. It's a myth. If it's a myth, okay.
No, Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb is coexistence.
Right.
It doesn't mean you give yours and I give mine.
So
and
truth, honesty and reclamation have no place in this concept.
I guess not.
So it's almost as good as the Pakistani position saying Kargil में जितना जगह हमने ले लिया वो हमारा हो गया. And coexistence उसके बाद चलता रहेगा. And they will move and the next wave will take more place. यही चलता रहेगा.
But ये हुआ ना, Aksai Chin went away.
That's because...
POK went away.
So therefore, that is because the so-called Indian state has chosen never to respond. We are being told this is a new Bharat. If it's a new Bharat, will it not revisit these concepts? Okay, simpler question. ठीक है भाई, in the context of 1992, you said, ये हुआ, वो हुआ, ठीक है. अब तो legally हो रहा है. ASI के द्वारा survey हो रहा है. Even that you have a problem with. A perfectly constitutional method through a court of law, through a court-appointed commissioner with experts and through a specific provision that envisages, enables and permits this kind of a survey, that too is unconstitutional. So what are you saying? Give up. So that these monuments that have been built to glorify particular invasion and domination continue. I don't care for the political aspect of it. I genuinely don't care for the political aspect of it or the cultural aspect of it. I am on fundamental questions of theology. Why should one person who has built a certain place with his asta give it up? On what anvils? And for who? What is this audience that we are expected to cater to?
Gave it up. No, give it up kahan pe? It happened.
Where kahan pe?
Hundreds of years ago, right?
Right. Okay. Gave it up in the sense, तलवार लेके आपके सामने कोई खड़ा हो गया. Therefore he is saying that maro ya bhago. And therefore that translates to what? Relinquishment? No, it does not. It certainly does not. How many examples of other, let's say, sites do you want where there were continued waves of resistance, just as Ram Janmabhoomi? The problem with the understanding of the Ram Janmabhoomi case is that we think of it as an exceptional situation where that is perhaps the only site for which there was constant resistance and let's say defiance. No, that's not the case. Kashi bhi to kya hai? So who am I actually representing? I am representing the royal family which is reclaiming the Razia mosque because that was the original place according to them. And who is Razia? The same Razia that Justice Nariman actually extolled in a speech saying Razia Sultana was a feminist ruler, Bharat has produced all of this. It's the same person. There are records to this effect. So I think instead of dropping, let's say, numbers as a bogey, let's speak facts and solutions. Solutions hain. There are And there's a clear methodology that the Supreme Court has shown through its Ayodhya judgment. You don't want even that. Then I think there's a serious problem where on the one hand, the Places of Worship Act will not allow us to reclaim. Then state control of Hindu temples will deprive us of autonomy. And the Waqf Act effectively enables expansionism. What are we exactly enabling as a
So
constitutional
these two
secularism?
can't coexist.
They, according to me, are three uncomfortable cohabitants. One cannot exist as long as the other does. And if all three exist, they come at the detriment and to the peril.
Of society.
The civilization, Sanskriti, Bharatiya society.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.